In a move that has shocked millions of believers around the world, Pope Leo XIV has made history by officially erasing 7 ancient laws that have guided Catholic tradition for centuries. Hello viewers. Welcome to Matters in Rome. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. While the Vatican remains silent on the deeper motivations behind this sweeping reform, many believe the Church is preparing for a radical transformation, one that will forever change how Catholics worship, live, and understand their faith. Below, we break down the 7 erased laws and what this really means for the future of the Catholic Church, and possibly for the entire Christian world. 1. The mandatory Latin Mass rule. For centuries, Latin has been considered the sacred language of the Church. Many traditionalists saw it as the only true way to worship. However, Pope Leo XIV has now abolished the requirement for Latin Mass, giving churches the full freedom to worship in their native tongues. Some see this as an effort to reconnect with younger generations. Others see it as the beginning of the end for sacred tradition. 2. Fasting on Fridays. Catholics were once strictly obligated to abstain from meat every Friday as a form of penance. While this law had already been softened in many regions, the Pope has now completely removed the Friday fasting requirement. This decision has sparked intense debate. Is it mercy for a modern world, or a weakening of spiritual discipline? 3. Confession before every communion. Historically, Catholics were required to go to confession before receiving communion, especially if they were aware of any mortal sin. Pope Leo's new reform now places the responsibility of readiness on the individual conscience, rather than mandating it by law. Critics fear this may lead to spiritual laziness, but supporters call it a step toward mature faith. 4. The rule against women in leadership. In a bold and highly controversial move, the Pope has revoked the law that limited women from holding top leadership positions within the Church, aside from the priesthood, which remains untouched for now. This means women can now head departments, serve as church ambassadors, and influence major Vatican decisions. It's a breakthrough for some, but blasphemy for others. 5. Limiting Mass to church buildings. The 5th law that was erased deals with where Mass can be celebrated. In the past, Mass had to be held within a consecrated church building. Under the new directive, Mass can now be held in homes, stadiums, public parks, and even online. This opens new doors for missionary work, but raises new concerns about sacred space. 6. Traditional dress code for clergy. One of the more symbolic changes was the removal of mandatory cassocks and traditional vestments for priests and bishops. While ceremonial dress is still encouraged during key liturgies, the Pope now allows for modern, region-specific dress codes for clergy. Critics fear this will blur the lines between clergy and laity, but others welcome the relatability. 7. The ban on interfaith worship. Perhaps the most shocking of all, Pope Leo XIV has now erased the law that forbade Catholics from participating in interfaith worship. While this doesn't mean doctrinal compromise, it does encourage unity and prayer with other religions in shared humanitarian and spiritual causes. Is this the birth of global spiritual unity, or the dilution of Catholic identity? What does it all mean? These reforms aren't just small updates, they're earthquakes shaking the foundation of Catholic tradition. For many Catholics, these changes offer hope, freedom, and a church that feels more alive and relevant. But for others, it feels like sacred boundaries are being destroyed right before their eyes. Only time will tell if these 7 erased laws will bring revival or ruin. One thing is certain, the Catholic Church will never be the same again. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Please like, share, and subscribe for more.